Hmm.
and I am using the name shared with me and then basic. Then it
Hmm.
is not taking. It is saying the command after executing the command.
Hmm.
It is saying that the content is not in the same place.
Hmm.
So do we need to name the command with underscore in my drive?
No.
So after I tried to name the command with underscore in the way that you have named, then
Hmm.
it is working, sir. But I have tried with shared with me and then basic,
Hmm.
then it is not working, sir. Not executing the
Can
same.
I see the uh, can you share the screen, Purushottam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sir, it will take some time, sir.
Okay, no issues.
Okay, sir. I am opening the Google Colab.
There might be a chance that I actually never tried shared with me, but it should work actually. But if it's not working, then probably you would be left
Then
with.
I have downloaded the file and then I have uploaded the folder in the
No, you
same
could
manner.
just make a copy of the folder in your drive. So you could right click on the folder and
Yes, sir. I have make a copy shortcut of shared with me in
no,
Drive.
no, 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 shortcut will not uh, work. Okay, just give me a second.
Do I save this
So
file?
also there seems to be some issues with Google servers these days, so it's not actually quite working the way we would expect it to work.
Sir, is it visible?
So this one will work, right?
After writing the authorization code,
Hmm.
do we need to execute one more time? Sir, suppose I have written the mount drive.mount command
Hmm.
and then I have executed, then it is asking for the authorization code.
Hmm.
Then I have written the authorization code.
Hmm.
Then do we need to execute for another time? Yeah, same execution will run for that.
No, for that session it will run. It will continue to be there. For the so for example, now you are restarting this. So in this session you will have to do it again.
Then I have re-executing that, then it is error and error is saying keyboard interrupt.
Can you show me what you are doing? Can you run it now?
Yes.
Yeah, you need to press an enter after entering.
Enter, sir.
Yes. That's a way. Okay. So that's the way, the basic way of doing anything. So if you
Yes.
do, if you put it, press an enter after doing that. You don't always have a user interface to click on something. Yeah, it seems to work fine. Purushottam, so let's come down. Yeah,
Yes, sir, I have written shared with me. Then it is not working, sir. Then I have renamed the file after uploading folders in that.
so can you try running again with shared with me? Can I
Yes,
just
sir.
uh, yeah, let me.
This one, sir.
Hmm. Oh, I lost your screen.
Is it visible, sir, now?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
I cannot see again. Purushottam.
Sorry, sir. Is it now visible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes. Sorry about that.
This one, sir. Sir, this is the file name shared with me and then basic. Why it is?
Sir, Anirbar is also facing same problem.
Yes, I'm facing the same problem. Actually, similar thing has happened with me. And earlier I could mount the drive, but now I thought that okay, fine. If this is not working, I'll again upload the thing. I'll download the whole thing to my system. I uploaded it in my drive and I tried it. Now again, now a bigger problem I'm facing. I'm not even able to mount the drive. I don't know what's happening actually. I couldn't move forward with any of the work. And the same thing is happening.
If
Shared with
you
me is not
just
working.
execute this line.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, it could be the case then that it doesn't shared with me is actually not uh, so it's not actually part of your drive. It's actually a shared public folder, and so you are mounting your drive, and so that's why it's not really a folder on your drive shared with me, probably, though it looked like a folder. So I said I never tried it with this, but if it's not working, the shared with me option, then the only way left is to copy the files in your uh, in your drive.
Yes, sir. I did that. I downloaded the stuff and I again uploaded in my drive to work for it. And then I tried doing the same thing like content drive, share, this my drive, and then basic and whatever thing has come. So I
Mhm.
tried it, but still that also didn't function properly. And I thought that maybe I have to again redo the whole thing. So I again start from the beginning of mounting the drive and all. And now I am facing the problem that my drive is also not getting mounted. It's not showing the mount. Earlier it was showing mount drive that was working, but now that's not also working. I don't know like what happened. I'm trying for hours now. Not able to. I
Is
don't know why.
showing this error, sir. No such file or directory.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's what I said. That it's not on your drive. It's not a folder that is on your drive. Probably you could search and see if there is a way to mount the shared folder in Collab. Uh, there may not be, or there may be. So you could do all of that. So Anirban, it I don't think mounting should be an error.
I don't know so why. It wasn't an error. It was earlier it got mounted, but now I thought that maybe because I have to again redo the whole thing. So I have again started doing the thing, and again I tried because yesterday someone had the problem. So you said that you have to again go and get a new link. So I did try that for the registration. I did go for the new link. I tried it, but it is showing lots of errors. Not one, but lots of errors. I don't know why.
So
Now it is working, sir. When I have renamed the file and uploaded the folder, sir, then it is executing the text.
So I'll
The
show
direct.
you a couple of things. Okay. I mean, yeah, you are doing the upload and stuff. I'll just Purushottam, can I share? I'll just share my screen, and I
Okay,
know
sir. I am
I
showing.
get that. So that's why I said that it will. Uh, you could go through that. So let me come to this. So you'll see my shared with me, and there are lots of stuff here. But so what you'll have to do if you don't want to, if the files are large, if you don't want to download and re-upload, you could actually go on any file that is in your shared with me, and you could actually just let me show something. So if you click on a file, you will see a make a copy option. Okay, so that's the first thing about downloading, re-uploading. Don't do that if you don't want to do that. Just
Hmm.
make a copy,
Hmm.
and once you have created a copy, you'll get this option, show file location. I'm sorry, I cannot really increase this font size, but it's basically created inside your drive.
Uh, okay.
Okay, even if you do not manage to click on that, so here you'll get that in the quick access as well. Now you could move it, and you could make a new folder and move it to that folder. So this way you don't really need to. You could also rename this and do it. So this file, you will have all the rights on this file,
Okay.
which you don't have on the file which is shared by somebody else. So see, you cannot move it anywhere else out of here, right? So that's one thing that you need to do in order to get a full access on the file that is shared with you. So you make your own copy.
Okay.
This copy, though, is not available for directories. So you cannot. Um, I'll just see if I have a folder shared with me. Basically, if you have a folder shared with you, you cannot really make a copy of that. So you'll have to make a copy of individual files. Or the if you find it easier to actually download everything all at once and then re-upload everything all at once, that also will work. Now Anirban, the second thing about did you try it again this morning, the upload thing? So if your drive is mounted, this the last icon on your extreme left window in the collab will actually show your drive here. So right now my drive is not mounted, right? um, Let it connect, and I'll try. And yeah, so if your drive is not mounted, you will not see anything here. Now let me mount. You could actually mount drive. I mean, you could click here and you will get that uh, code to mount your drive. If you'll authorize this, always remember that you're authorizing the right account, because generally most of us nowadays have a lot of accounts which we manage. So remember that you are mounting the same drive which so the drive that is associated with that account which you are using to open your collab file. So the account has to be same. So if so for example this collab is, oh so अरे यार, just give me a second, just give me a second. Yeah, so see this account here is one of my accounts in which I have opened this collab, and I'll have to make sure that I'm mounting actually the same the drive from the same account. So we authorize using the same account. If it's not done, that may generate an error. Now, once you have authorized this, and hmm, once it's mounted, just refresh this, and you will see that your drive shows up here. So whatever shows up here, you will actually be, oh, excellent. So for accessing your shared drives, just give me a second. So yeah, my drive is opening up. I think for accessing your shared drive, shared with me, you will actually need to write this shared drives, and using that, uh, you could actually access your. So Purushottam, you also, instead of writing shared with me, you could actually write shared drives there and then try it whether that's working or not. Okay, that's just, I guess it should work with shared drives. All right, so that's one of the things. Also, you could, you could actually go through the your stuffs from here as well and see what is there and what is not there. Whatever shows up here, you could access that. Okay, so this is how where you have mounted on the drive folder. Everything that will be inside this drive, you could specify the path here and you could actually access those stuff. So it should there could be two reasons for the error in this. One is that the drive is already mounted and then that is generating an error. The other reason could be the fact that uh, there might be a wrong authorization code being provided, or so one of the things have gone wrong. So wrong account is being used for giving the authorization, or the authorization code is not quite copied right. So there could be a reason around those.
Yeah,
Otherwise it should work fine.
yeah, my drive got mounted, but shared drives is not showing. Only my drive is being shown. Yeah, in my.
Yeah, which means that you cannot access your shared drive here. Whatever is inside your my drive, you will be able to access that. I might have done something sometime to to do to bring this shared drives up here. um I don't know what I did, I don't remember. So but if you want, you could search on your web how to mount shared drive on Google Colab, and if it could be done, there will be a solution that you will get on the web. Okay, but for now you could actually there's not a lot of files to be worked on, and most of the times you actually don't need to access files via the shared drives. So my drive works fine. If you don't want to spend time on figuring that out, that's also all right. It's not something which has to be done.
Another thing is that my drive got mounted and I'm trying to run it. It's showing that OS is not defined. I don't know why it's OS is not defined. It's showing.
Because you'll have to import OS. Have you imported OS, let me try
Yeah,
and
The same error is with me also, sir. OS is not.
yeah. And now it is showing again. RDIR is not showing. I don't know what's list there is. Yeah,
Anirban, can you share your screen? I'll stop mine.
1 minute.
Yeah. Purushottam,
I just want to chime in and say the same problem is there with me. I've imported OS, but OS is not being read for some reason.
oh,
Yeah,
Yes, sir. For
I
one
mean,
file that is lecture, it is working, sir. But when I want to read all the files under basic, then it is not working, sir. OS is not defined, getting error of that type,
but
sir.
yeah, Purushottam, yours ran just now in front of everybody. Why are you saying OS is it works
Yes,
for one file, it doesn't work for other file. Check for the case. Maybe while importing, are you using the right case? OS has to be written in a small case, not
sir,
capital.
I have tried many times, sir. Then I have copied the code of that you have shared with us, collab code, because I have written the name in the same manner that you have written. Then also it is saying that OS is not defined.
Okay, let me see Anirban's screen
yeah,
first,
sir.
and then we'll
Yeah,
come back
just see.
to
I don't know.
everybody else's
Is it
screen.
share, sir? Is it? Can you see?
Yes, I could. I mean, yeah. Now I could see the screen.
Yeah,
Yes,
so the drive mounted a container drive is got mounted. I have
right.
imported, but here since I'm not able to get share
Baba,
drive, I have
can you? Yeah, can you? Yeah. Okay.
I have downloaded it and in my system, and I have again reuploaded in
All
this
right.
my drive
Mm-hmm.
to work it out. And this thing was that came this whole thing, but now I am trying to run this for OS, and it is showing that initially it was showing that there was no OS, and then it's showing no directory or file is showing.
Can you just show me here in what is there in the inside your My Drive?
1 minute, sir.
Just open it here itself on the left
Okay,
hand side. Just open it here.
1 minute, sir. My drive. Okay.
The I
Yeah. My drive. I'll show it, sir.
Can you rename it to something simpler so that there might be a case that one of the numbers is missing or more. So can you just call it basic?
Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah. Try and keep these stuff simpler so that there is little chance of uh, the chances of error is reduced.
Yeah.
And can you open it? I just want to see if so there is no lecture inside this, right? There is no folder called lecture. So there is basic, inside that there is another basic, and then there is a folder called lecture. So that's the path that you will have to give,
Okay.
right? So the whole exact path has to be given.
Okay. The whole path here needs to be given, right?
Hmm.
If even if I do this, uh,
Yeah.
let me try. Ah, yes, it came.
Right. So always, uh, and these are excellent lessons for everyone. So check your path, but we all make errors in path. It's nothing. That you are especially bad at this or especially good at this. So everybody does this kinds of errors, and uh, so I think the OS error is also solved. Just try and check things that
Uh, yeah.
especially right. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Then in
Around
the
24
next
hours
step,
gone, just couldn't
sir,
solve.
that's all right. So,
Yeah.
Purushottam, can I see your screen as well? And I'll try and see where you are stuck.
we executed the basic lecture. Then I have tried executing the basic.
Hmm. No, that's
Now it is
that was
working,
not.
sir.
Oh, it's working now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, great. So okay, तब तो there is no issues. And Akshi, is yours uh
Mine is not here. Mine is much later. So it worked in certain cases, and then remaining cases it's not at the back. I don't understand why that is.
can I see?
Share screen, one sec.
Yeah.
Some okay. So I was doing with the lab session. So there are times when you're importing it and you'll get this weird error, like things like this. This is not OS, but you know.
Yeah.
Here I've
Saurav,
done the same.
yeah, sorry.
Uh,
Please go ahead.
Here I have used this folder art directory many times and it's worked, and here it's not.
I cannot see your screen in Akshi. You'll have to.
Oh, sorry. I thought I shared. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now can you see?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
So line number 4 here.
Yeah, it's not with so it's the same issue that Anirban had. Just check your drive if the path that
Hmm.
you're giving is there or not. It's just saying that the path that you have given, that doesn't exist, so there is no such file or directory there.
This one I have used before and it has worked all this time, which is why I'm confused why it's not working now. And the same thing in your program, I ran it and suddenly it shows the same error in your file as well.
I think that this no, so the error is because this path doesn't exist. So
Okay,
can
so
I see your drive, maybe here itself in the collab itself?
yeah, one sec. I'll switch it on from here. Basic. So you were doing this one.
uh, no, just go, so you are giving my drive ka path.
Uh, um,
So this
I'm
folder
gonna
has to
share it.
be
Let me see.
in your drive, inside my drive.
Hmm. I tried moving it here. There was an error, which is why I'm doing it from here, and it has been working. So
Yeah, so that's the whole uh, so it won't work with my drive path in Akshi. So it was working with can you show me here what is mounted in collab?
one sec.
So the last icon on the left panel that you see, can
Hmm.
you click on that
Oh,
icon
here.
in the interface?
This one? No.
The last
Left.
one. Yeah, the last one. In the same line, the last icon. Yeah,
Oh, this one. Okay. It's not.
it's not opening up.
No, because I'm screen sharing. Okay. Now.
Okay, so um so you'll have to mount your drive again and try it out. Try
Okay.
doing this because your drive is not mounted.
Okay.
You'll have to rerun this.
Sorry, where's the authorization code again?
I'll have to get the authorization code again.
Sorry, did you find it again? Can you just help me out with this?
No, you just click on the link that's there. So every time it
Okay.
asks for this, you will need to click on this and
Okay.
generate a new code. Yeah.
Can I go down?
Mhm. Mm,
So somewhere like here, I've used OS and it's working in this file.
no, it will work now. OS will work
Okay.
everywhere because they have imported now.
Okay. Okay. I'll just.
So that's the reason why it was not working, because um yeah, this is a different error. So f path is not defined, right? So the variable f path
Okay.
is not defined anywhere. So
Okay. Okay. I'll figure that
they,
out.
so you'll have to
So
define it.
the the POS tagger for like the codes for preposition and noun, etc. That's just not working here with me.
Hmm.
Here. So I have looked for ways to do this online as well as I've tried to use my own logic in classwork and everything. But this part, you see, it's just not working. So I don't know how to go about these problems.
Okay, well, I'll do this. Extract list of all the prepositions from the tag corpus. I'll uh, I'll just do this these questions actually
Okay.
in this session.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So are there other questions related to this? Okay, if there are no more questions, then we'll move ahead. Also, Saurav, just to answer your question, that we these both these sessions for today are going to be lab sessions. Okay, so there are no lecture today. There is nothing new to be done today. Okay. Just give me a second. So first, okay, there are a couple of things that uh, I wanted to point out. So a lot of you are actually not sent any link. That's, if you don't want to do that, that's okay. If you just want to sit in the class and listen to the lecture, you don't mind. It's just that you will not be able to learn anything just by listening to the lectures. It's not something which is which you could learn by listening to the lectures. You'll actually have to type it out and work with it. So but that's fine. We don't want to, you know, throw you out of the class. That's one thing. The other thing is, some of you are actually not submitting the links in a way that it is actually accessible, and I showed in the last class as well. So quite a few of you, I don't have a list of names. Maybe we'll have a list of names by tomorrow for those of you who have sent something, but we are not able to access that. So while sharing, and this I have repeated several times, while sharing, don't copy this link. This is not accessible for us. This is a link unique to you. We will not be able to open your collab sheet if you send us this link on the top. They don't send us the URL. For sharing, click on share and get the link from here. So you'll have to get the link from here. So you'll have to For example, this was only accessible for the JNU thing, but you do this, anyone with the link, you copy this link and you share this link with us.
Nothing is shown on the screen,
Sir, I
sir.
think your
I'm
screen
not able
is not shared.
Huh?
Your screen,
You're not sharing your screen.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I'm so sorry. Oh boy. Okay, now am I?
yes,
Yeah.
now.
Okay, so what I was saying, let me repeat this. So don't copy this link here. Okay, please don't do that. This link will not work for us. This link is for you when you're authorized, when you're logged in into your account. Only then this link will work. In order to share the doc with us, you click on the share here and you copy the link here at the bottom and make sure that it has this permission. Anyone on the internet with this link can view, right? So you copy that link and you paste that in the Google form for sending to us. Please don't. And a lot of you have actually done that, and we are not able to open your open what you have done. So I don't know if you had questions or how well you have done and stuff like that. Okay, that's one thing. The second thing was about copying, so I'll just go through some of this. So this is a very rough sheet that I made. It's not an organized sheet like earlier, the ones that I did for teaching. And this rough sheet is just a note of some of the questions that I came across and some of the things where uh, you know where you seem to be struggling, you don't seem to be working well. And the idea was to discuss stuffs with all of you. Also, I have not pre-written the code, because I wanted to spend some time here and to actually write the code while you have a look at it, so while you're looking at it, and that might probably actually be a little helpful. Okay, so the first set of questions was somewhere in one of the sheets that I saw, was this, and it seems that when you put this string, a string like this, then this strip function apparently doesn't work, right? So if you will print this, you'll see that the question marks are still there, right? While you were expecting that these question marks will actually go away. Can somebody explain why this is happening? Anyone?
Because the strip command is used for removing the
Strip command is used for removing the.
space of both sides.
Okay,
If
so
we
uh-huh.
if we have to remove the left side space, then L strip, then
No, why
right
is
side.
it's not removing from any side, Purushottam? See, this is the original string, right? And then we are using a strip function over there. So remember, these are all functions, not really commands. So we are using strip function here, and still when we print that, the question marks are not removed from any side. It's still there.
Remove dot remove.
So is it because it's a space, question mark space, so it will look for space, question mark space, and not just question mark?
Yeah, it has that's actually the right answer, more or less. So the point is that strip looks at the end of the string and at the beginning of the string. So the character that you are stripping has to be right at the beginning or right at the end of the string. So in this string, you actually have these spaces at the uh, beginning and end both. And so strip will look at the end. It will say, do I have a question mark? No, I don't have a question mark. It will look at the beginning, and do I have a question mark? And we say, oh, I don't, still don't have a question mark here, so I don't have to do anything. It will not do anything. It will not remove stuffs from the middle of the string. It's only at the ends of the string that it strips out the character, right? So if you remove one of these spaces, this actually, see, it finds it at the beginning, and it removes the beginning one, this one, the output. And but at the end it still says, oh, I don't have a question mark at the end, so I will not remove anything from there. Okay, now the second question, which was still pretty interesting, was how it works in this, right? So what are you doing in W10? You are saying that start from position 5. So let's print W10 first in order to understand why it's working in the second case. So you have W10 is a different string, right? So W10 is not this whole of a string. So W10 is actually this string. Let me uh, just put this so that you know where I'm printing. So this is what W10 is, right? And at the end, there is no question mark here. But at the beginning, you will see that it actually starts with a question mark, right? And so it starts with a question mark. That's why in the next step, it's actually able to uh, strip out the question mark that's there at the beginning. So strip looks both at the left and at the right. Wherever it finds that string, either at the beginning or at the end, it strips that out. Okay, and spaces actually count as characters, and that's the reason why it's apparently it seems that's not working. Now there is another interesting part to it which I'll show you. So you could actually do a strip first, a simple strip that will remove all white spaces around it, and then on that you could, if you'll do this question mark, and if you will do this, then you'll see that the actually it will work again. What happened? This was removed. Yeah, now you'll see that the end one, the last print, actually removes the spaces. So first we remove the space. Once we remove the space at the two ends, then what the string that we got actually had this question marks right at the beginning and at the end. And the second strip, when we call the strip for the second time, it finds the question mark at the beginning and the end, and it removes that. So it removes the string, the spaces, and then returns that string. That string is again passed through the second strip call, and you get that the question mark is removed. I hope that's making some sense. So we could actually chain these functions one after the other based on what is being returned by that function. So it is not always possible, but in this case strip returns the modified string, and all the string functions are like this. So they always return the modified or the new string, because as you know, strings are immutable, so they cannot be changed in place. And so they return the modified version, and you could actually call another string function over that, and another. You could actually, this kind of could go on and on forever. Okay, if it is still looks confusing, you could ask me how strip is working and what's happening here. Otherwise I'll move further ahead. So I think most of you got this question all right, which accepts the user's first and last name and print them in reverse order, so with a space between them. there are so this was kind of an ambiguous question, so whether you want to get the input separately or uh, together. So if you get it separately, it's very easy. You could just do last name. So so sorry, writing somewhere else. So let me so you could get the first name from user, and you could get the last name from the user, and you simply print it in a reverse order. So you could L name comma F name, and if you run this, so something like Purushottam, and last name is Kumar, and you print this in reverse order. So it's just a print logic. I think that was the initial idea of this question. So you just input it separately and then print in reverse order. But I see that a lot of new kinds of solutions have come. So you could actually take the whole name here, and if you have the whole name, how will you do this? Print in the reverse order. So you could do a split and then print the second part first and first part later. So we have something like this. So and you will, so it's just a print logic that you are using, nothing more than that, right? So you're showing it like that. Now there was I think one more thing which I saw at least in 3 or 4 answers, that you actually try to reverse the whole thing. And so you could in order to reverse the whole thing, uh, you could have something like this: reversed is equal to name. So this is just a shortcut to reverse the whole string, right? So you see it goes from here, and it's completely reversed, right? Now if you want to do a double reverse, so if you want that after so you'll see that last name is actually coming first, because the whole string is now reversed, and that last name itself is also reversed. Okay, so the characters within each parts is reversed, and the whole of the thing is reversed. So you could you could do that as well, and that's not a very difficult thing to do. So I think those are all the things that you could do. Is there something else that you would want to do this in reverse order? Well, you could actually want to do something like this as well. So so the last name and the first name remains at their place, but each of those are individually reversed. So you could individually reverse each of those. You take each of those out, and you could actually do that as well, right? So the first name is first, but the characters within that first names are reversed. Second name is second, but the characters are reversed, right? So I think that covers all the permutations and combinations of reversing the strings. Is there a question in this? Is this making sense, or is this all looking very confusing yet again?
And this part, please, point 5, print this part. This. reverse. Uh,
Yeah, so what we are doing is we actually we want to we want to maintain the order of the first name and the last name, but we want to reverse the characters within each of those, right? So what we do, we split that into two parts, and we are actually printing the first part. So let me uh, if it makes easier. So first name reversed. So first name, it's in the uh, 0th position. You take that, and then we use the regular reversal thing on that. And you could actually also do last name reversed in a similar way. So that last name is at index 1 in that uh, parts um, thing where you have split the name on the basis of the space, and then you take that as well. And this is what we are doing here, right? It's just that I did it directly inside the bracket. So this is exactly what we are doing. So we are reversing the first name. We took out the first name, reversed it, then we took out the last name, then reversed it, right? And then printed them in the order. Yeah, is that better?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, the next question was count the frequency of each word in the given text and store it in a Python dictionary. Well, there was just probably, I don't know if I think the loops was actually done at that point of time, and most of you couldn't really get around to working on this. But this is not a very difficult thing to do actually. So you go through each and every word in the text and you count that word, put that in a dictionary, right? So we split the whole string, right? And so this is just a bookkeeping that you need to do. You need to define your variables before you are actually using it. So this is the dictionary where the frequency will be saved. Let's define that frequency, and then we move through each and every word in the string. Now I've just put a small if condition. It will work without that if condition, but just to make it a little more efficient, because if you have really huge text, a huge corpora, if you have counted one word once and put that in a dictionary, you don't need to count that again, right? So no matter where in comes in the whole text, the number of times it has occurred, the frequency will remain same. So if you encounter the same word again, just skip that. Don't do this step. That's what it's saying, that if word is not in this dictionary, only then you do this update. So basically you count that word and put that in the dictionary. So that I thought that this was a problem which was actually quite solvable, but somehow I saw that people were stuck with this idea that they were either most of you couldn't uh, get around it, or some of you tried doing it with individual words. So yeah, count. You were calling count with some words like that, you, we. So you don't have to do that. So you have to count all the words in the text. You loop through all the words, and you count each of those words, whatever that word is, and you put that in the dictionary. Yeah, does it look good, or there is something which is missing here? I'll get this frequency dictionary.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Why we have written here why if word not in frequency dictionary if command?
Because we don't want to count the same word again and again. So if that word is already counted, one word could occur many times in the text, right? If you look here, for example, the the is occurring here, here as well, here as well. So if we have counted the once, even if it occurs next time, why do we need to recount that? We don't need to count that again, right? So if it's already counted and it's there in the dictionary, then we will not do this. Then we will not do the counting again. So we need to count each word only once. That's why this if condition is there. It's saying that if it's not there, if it's not counted already, then only you count and put that in dictionary. If it's already counted, don't do anything.
Thank you, sir.
Is that making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now, if you want to sort this dictionary, uh, you could actually use this function called sorted. This is an inbuilt function. And since it's a dictionary and you want to sort on the values, there is an additional package that you will need to use. It's called item getter. And it essentially says that the so on what basis. So if you do a direct sorted on a dictionary itself, it will sort by its key. Now if you want to sort by its value, you could actually say you could use item getter and say that I want to sort on the basis of the value, not on the basis of the key. So this key is actually the key for sorting. So you use these items for sorting the whole dictionary. Also, I put a reverse is equal to true, which means that we will have this in the ascending we'll have this in the descending order. So the most frequent uh, words will occur at the top. Now once you have this, let's see this. Something is wrong here. I didn't run this one this time, so let me run this one. And if you run this again, so what you get is this um, sorted kind of dictionary. You could actually so you'll see that it's not really a dictionary, it's a uh, list of tuples, but you could actually make that into a dictionary again. So you will have to use a different data structure. In that case, you'll have to use a ordered dictionary, which we have not done in the course till now, but you could actually do that as well. But this is good enough. So you get a you know a word frequency pair, and this is sorted in terms of the number of times that it has occurred in the given text. So these are also, so now you see that you actually had to copy and paste the string here, but you could actually read all your data from different files, and you could make uh, uh, a list like this, a list of frequency of each word like this, which is sorted as well. So you could actually see which are the most frequent words and stuff like that. You could talk a lot. If you have a huge corpora, you could actually give a very good estimate of what kind of lexical items are most commonly used in a given language. And if your data is tagged, you could actually also talk about so what kind of part of speech are most frequent, and among the part of speech which are the most frequent words and stuff like that, right? And this could be used in a lot of different kinds of research if you want to do that. Okay, so even if you don't understand this sorting, that's okay. If you do, that's great. But if you don't, you will eventually you will get this what we are doing here, maybe a little later. But I don't fret a lot on this if you don't get it right now. That what's happening there. Okay, now here's the one of the questions that uh, we actually felt that that got all of you in a fix. And I see people doing trying a lot of different things here, and everybody doing the same thing actually. And that uh, kind of makes it look like a copy, copied from the web. And of course you could uh, get an answer to all of this from the web. So what I would want, and that's okay, so copying from the web is just fine as long as you understand what you're doing. So I've written the name of the people in whose assignments I actually got this answer. And so also, so I didn't do this all alone. So I was helped by my excellent students. So who are your co-host, and um, so the exercise now is that I'll stop talking. I said that I'll want you to speak. So people whose name is in this cell here: Amom, Amudha, Chetan, Mansoor, Sajila, and Shanawaz. I don't know how many of you are here in this session, but if you are here, please don't run away. I would want at least one of you to explain from line number 3 what exactly is happening in this code in each line. So this is unless and until you understand what exactly is happening and what you are doing, uh, it will become very difficult to write and debug code. So just a little bit of I would give you, I don't want to call individual names, so I leave it on you. Whosoever among the 6 of you have all 6 of you have actually submitted this, so I would want you to unmute and explain one line. So each of you will have to explain just one line from line number 3 to 8. So there are 6 lines, 6 exactly, right? So yeah, please go ahead. And if you don't do it by yourself, I'll have to call your name. So that actually doesn't look very good. So I see that all of you are actually here. I hope I'm audible. So if you are not doing this by yourself, then I'll start calling the name in the order that I would want. So let's start with Sajila. Can you explain line number 3 that you have written and submitted as part of your assignment, Sajila? At least you could unmute and acknowledge that you can't explain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please explain.
Uh, wait, sir.
Line number 3.
Line number 3. Okay. Thanks, sir. Read it. Oh, how many times? For that, we used some equations, sir. Now I wanted to search out that one.
No, I just want to, to speak in a sentence. What is happening in line number 3? Yeah, what
Line
does it?
number 3, how many times that string we have to split each names?
How
We
to?
have to give one by one name, no? In third line, words in underscore strip dot split means we have to give names one by one. Every
You,
name we have to split. Split.
so yeah, no, I could read that it says in string dot split, but what exactly it does? What do you get as an output here?
Output every name, it will separately show you.
In
After.
a list. Great.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So that's right. So it will actually take the string and it will separate out each and every word in that string and store in a list. Okay. Line number 4. Should I call out the name again, or one of you would want to volunteer? I thought you are not nursery students, but it turns out you actually are. So, okay. Uh, Amudha, let's come to you. So, how about line number 4? What's happening in line number 4? Could you explain? Amom, you want to do that? You want to explain line number 4?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing actually, and people are also solving and because you started calling one after one. Basically, sir, in fact, we are actually trying to get the see. We first define words in terms of strings. In fact, so that is what one is for. What is equal to is within that we are getting the string. In fact, the dictionary. In fact. So then we are also trying to get actually the what frequency and counting the words in the dictionary list. In fact, so then actually here A1 is the actually variable.
No, so Amom, I said just line number 4. So I want others also to explain because the exact same code is actually written by everyone. Everyone named here. So I want everyone to actually explain this. And so just the line number 4, what exactly happened in line number 4?
No, we are counting actually. We are counting the words in the list actually.
Okay. You are counting the
The
words
words in the given list,
in which list?
which is already in the word list. The frequency of the words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are counting the frequency of the
Of the
word
words. Okay.
in the
In the list, in the dictionary actually.
Dictionary or file, Nandaraj?
File, which is file. It's actually,
Yeah, he said whatever file text he copied from file.
now in the
He,
two one, the words in the two, which is defined only in the entire string.
So okay, let me understand
Yeah.
what exactly you're trying to say. So can you just name the things? So which file?
Yeah.
I think he copied some text from raw file.
Yeah. The file which is the above.
Yeah, let's
Yes. Yes.
come
Let's
back
say.
to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me say there is this
The
text.
file that I get
I'll
was,
just copy the text.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what is the text.
Maybe text. For me, I call it text actually. TXT.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's just fine, right? So what I'm trying to understand is,
Mm.
right, so this is your text, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Now what happens in line number 11? You are saying that you are counting
The words.
the words,
Yeah.
uh, each word or total number of words.
Yes. What frequency?
um, so total number of words or
Not total number of words for each word.
each word.
Yeah.
Okay. So
From the list actually.
so you get the word from the list.
This actually here the line number 10 is giving the split. I mean, it will be in the list answer from the
Uh-huh.
given file.
Okay. So
The file will be actually transformed into the list format. Again, from the list, we'll get the word count for each word.
okay. So let's forget all of this.
Yes, sir.
You are actually counting the each word. So which
Yes.
of these variables represent the each word? uh, which variable is actually representing the word? So we just saw here, right? So so if you'll ask for me, I was actually doing almost the same thing, and I was counting each word here. So this word itself, that's representing
Word.
the word that I'm counting,
Mhm.
and this is the string in which I am counting that word,
Within the string, in the string. Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Now that's the question here, that which variable represents that word that you are counting, and which variable represents the string within which you are counting that word.
Idea comes. Okay. Mhm.
Do you know
Somewhere.
do you know what is this called?
Yeah, that I don't know that word actually. That I got it from somewhere. I mean that from the Google itself. So I saw some 2 3 steps. First, we'll have the whole file, then it will be transformed into the split. Then again, something like that. I saw it from some other Google thing where some PPT was given. Then he was telling all
Yeah,
this.
so that's one of the things that please avoid, at least in the beginning.
Okay, sir.
And please don't at least
Mhm.
this much, never ever in your life actually you use code that you don't understand,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So you use code from the web, no issues with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And but you don't copy the stuff that you don't understand. You don't
Okay.
know what will happen there,
Mhm.
right? So this structure is called list comprehension,
Okay.
and we have not talked about list comprehension.
Yeah.
The reason
Okay.
being that the structure of this list comprehension is actually uh, it's very
Mhm.
how do I put it, it's not very transparent, so to say. What this essentially is doing is
For
this,
W in, yeah, yeah, that is the in words, something like
right?
that.
So
Then count. Yes, yes.
and
Mm.
so basically I'll just put this out at this point of time. So you are putting this in a dictionary called W frequency. So you define that list,
Yeah. Mm.
and now if you look at it, you'll see that it's actually not making much of a sense, the code itself.
Okay.
This will throw up an error.
Mhm.
This will throw up an error because you cannot count the frequency of a word in a
Mm.
list, right? So the count is a function of a string, not of list. Words is a list. You
Okay.
could call count only
In a list.
at least
Mhm.
in this case you could actually count on you could call count on the list itself, and it will count each and every element in the list. That's okay, but you really don't need to call count on this list itself. You actually
Okay.
need
Okay.
to call count on the string, and that's the end result will actually be same, but I would prefer calling it over the string, because I am counting the elements in that
String.
string,
Mhm.
not elements in this list. It
List.
doesn't make any difference in the output. It doesn't make any difference at all.
Mhm.
But this will make things clearer in understanding. So I'm counting the number of words in this string, not in this list. So I'm getting each word out and then I'm counting that. So yeah, these three lines are actually shortened into one line, and this is a very elegant way of doing things. List comprehensions are great. These are excellent ways, excellent one-liners. You could actually write the whole of the for loop in one line, and you could do all the conditions, and you could do all the operations just in one line. And that's one of the most beautiful things that Python has to offer, but not for now. So at this point of time, you probably need to get a better understanding of the way things are working in Python, and in general in programming. And once you are comfortable with this, then of course you could go ahead and learn list
Hello,
comprehension.
sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. If you are giving that list count will be the same as the string count, both will be the same only.
Yes, it will be same.
We can use that also.
Yes, you can use.
But sir was suggesting, that is
The
Yeah.
count
So
will be the even though whatever we are storing in the list. Anyhow, we are storing the data of that string in underscore str value in the list. Both the will be same only.
yes, the output will be same whether you count
Yeah.
in the list or you count in the string. Yes, the output will be same, but just cognitively, what you are doing, the operation that you're doing is counting the words in the string. Your task is to count the words in the string. That's why this is preferred. The end result is, of course, and it will happen a lot of times, so this will also make your code little more readable. So anybody who reads the code, they'll see, okay, you are counting in this string. They'll straight away
Yes.
understand
Yes.
that. But otherwise, if you're calling on this, they will actually have to do it a two-step process. They'll have to go back to the list, and they'll have to see what is there in this list, and they'll say, okay, there is a split of this.
For understanding
Oh,
purpose, it's okay.
so for your job as a programmer is also to make your code clearer,
Okay.
right? So for everyone else to read, it
Yeah,
needs
we
to be
got, sir.
understandable by everyone else, and also for your own sanity, just be clear about what you're doing. So there are times when you would want to count the elements in a list. You count that element in a list, then you call it over the list. But at this point of time, your task is to count the words in a string, so you count this count function over the string. That's it. So otherwise it won't make much of a difference, but yeah, that's just a good practice. Okay, now what happens in line number 16?
So A1 is just considered to be a variable.
Yeah,
fact.
Amom, I think let me come to somebody else. Mansoor.
Yeah, okay, sir.
So yeah, Mansoor, could you explain what is happening in line number 16? Am I audible, Mansoor? Or Shahnawaz, if you could, let me see.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
Am I audible?
yes, now you
Sir,
are.
just I want to know first, okay. I am just a beginner for Python.
Yeah, I know that.
I think this is a dictionary thing.
Hmm.
Sir, I am not confirm that. Uh, can you go up little bit?
Yeah, where?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so
16.
so I want you to so this was what you submitted, and that's the only reason why I want you to so let me just this line number 16. What exactly is happening in line number 16?
It is dictionary thing. I think what is the words frequency in the dictionary
Mm-hmm.
or list?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right, sir?
So Shanavas, basically you'll have to explain what is this zip doing here.
If, sir, it's difficult for me.
Okay. So, okay, no issues. So zip is generally used for zipping two variables together in Python. It's not actually needed here. Okay, so and that's one of the things that probably happens with lot of code on the web. They use lot of stuff which is not really required for solving that problem. So instead of doing this append here,
Yeah,
you could actually say that, this word,
is equal
this
to.
is how you add things in your dictionary, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So just make this a dictionary, no?
Yeah, yeah.
And you calculate the count and you put the word and its count in the dictionary itself,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah, I get.
So it doesn't need to be done. It's just unnecessarily complicating the code and doing
Oh,
stuff which is not at all required. Okay.
yeah.
I think sorting I just did in the last example. Now here's the thing. Sanavas, thank you
Yes, yes.
for, yeah. Okay.
Okay, okay. Thank you,
For
sir.
your
Hello,
response.
sir.
Yeah.
The shift function is A is the A1 is the variable, sir.
Uh-huh.
Using the shift function,
Uh-huh.
then mapping the word.
Why do you need to do zip function?
Mapping according to the mapping, sir.
So I have directly put it in a dictionary. Why is why is mapping required even? So I've just put it in a dictionary directly. I put the word mapping is done by dictionary, not by zip. So zip
Okay.
actually, it
Sir,
zips
mapping
together.
according to the index.
Uh-huh.
Mapping according to the index, sir. Index.
Don't throw terms at me. I don't understand what you're saying, Amud. I'm so sorry to say that. So
Okay, sir.
let's
Okay.
talk in English. Okay, so we are not mapping index, we are not doing anything. Mapping is done by dictionary in Python. Zip doesn't do mapping. Okay, it's for everyone. Let's be very, very clear about it. So, and that's what happens when you get random pieces of code out of the web and you don't understand it. That becomes very difficult to explain then. Right, so zip doesn't do any mapping. Zip is not meant for mapping. Okay, mapping is done by dictionary in Python across programming languages. Mapping is done by a data structure called map. Dictionary is an implementation of map. Okay, that's a general data structure in programming languages. So all kinds of key value mapping is done by dictionary, done in dictionary in Python. Okay, so what you get here is a map from word to its frequency in this dictionary. Okay, so this is the only mapping that you have to do at this point of time. You have to keep a track of frequency of each and every word, right? This is a classic case where you use a dictionary. So you get the word as key, you get the frequency as its value, you put that in a dictionary, your mapping is done, right? So you get the word and you get its frequency and you get it all together, all the words and along with their frequency. You could actually access the frequency of each word, right? From this dictionary, and you could print. So sorting is just one of the steps which you probably don't need to do, and I also explained this one. So how do you uh, uh, do this on value, and there are a couple of other ways as well of doing the sorting, but it's not essential. So what you need to understand is this part, that this is what is doing the mapping. Zip never ever, it doesn't do mapping. It's just meant for iterating through or accessing two different data structures simultaneously. Okay, so you just put this and this side by side and you iterate through it, that's it. And what it's doing is actually then creating a dictionary here which is doing the mapping, which I have done directly without using zip. Why do I need to use zip? Why can't I directly assign the word and its frequency here itself in the loop? Or even if you're using list comprehension, you could actually do that.
So really, sir, we are getting new things and direct actually application from yourself. But at the same time, this sort of actually things are also available in the Google. I don't know. Actually, somewhere we are getting confused. Of
Yeah,
course,
it's
it was the first time for us to
I
not
know,
to
I know,
put
I know,
STD.
and
That's why
that's why.
we did it somehow.
No, it's okay. So that's why I'm, I brought it up, and that's why I'm explaining.
Thank
I'm
you, sir.
giving.
Thank you for realizing us.
So it's not that I'm blaming any of you for anything, but I'm just trying to bring out a simple point, right?
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank you.
important lesson in the whole of your programming career, actually.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, always uh, I mean, you won't know. So believe me, I have programmed in multiple languages, and I'm programming for almost now 12 years. And every day that you program, you look up Google, you look up on the web for something or the other. So there is no way that ever in your life you will learn everything about it. But what you will eventually learn is how to get the problem solved. So there will be a basic set of things that you will know, the fundamentals that we try and do in the classes, in the courses. And then there are things that you want to do but you don't really have an exact idea, or you know how to do that but you're looking for a better way of doing that. So and then you look up on the web. At that point of time, you should have an understanding of the things, the stuff that are there on the web, whether they are good enough for you or not. Until you develop that understanding, it's absolutely understandable that you will end up using stuff which may not be required, which may not be the best way of doing things. So you will get all kinds of things. So nobody will stop me from putting uh, any kind of code which is not the best way of doing it. Still, I'll put that up on the web, and on my blog, on somewhere, on some discussion forum, on some some fora where people could come and have a look at that. And that may not be necessarily be the best way of doing things. So you will slowly develop an understanding of things and how. And I'm sure, so 12 years, actually I said that with a lot of emphasis.
Yeah.
So I've seen people doing writing code for 30 years, and they still look up on the web for finding solutions to some of the issues. So
Yeah.
that's all right, and I don't discourage that. But not in the beginning. Try to think through it, and these problems are something which
Yeah,
you
definitely,
could
definitely,
actually
sir. Definitely.
solve with a little bit of thinking. Also, it's a good lesson in being careful of
Yeah.
what of the things that you get from the web.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm having. Can you scroll up? I'm having the doubt in that line 15. Okay, sir. In the 15.
15. Yeah.
Sir, in the 13th, we are creating the dictionary. The dictionary name is the W frequency. Oh, dictionary. Sir, 13. Hello.
13 is just a blank
Yes,
dictionary.
yes. We are creating this dictionary. We are
uh,
taking the each word in the list.
uh,
14.
uh.
W frequency is the W3 is an another. Why we have to mention W inside that parameter is W inside the list. For example, the
Not a
matching the
parameter.
no whatever the word first. For example, first word, fifth word is like that.
Kya kya?
No, I'm having the doubt in the 15th line.
Mm-hmm.
The W freak inside the list you mentioned that's a W. Hello.
So do you know, Mudar,
Yes,
do you
inside.
know
No, no,
how do you put elements in a dictionary?
Yeah, W 15 one, sir. He is asking.
Yeah, this is a common way of
yes, yes,
putting
yes, yes.
elements in a dictionary.
Yes. For example, we are taking the value inserting the dictionary.
So this is your key that you put
Yes,
inside the bracket,
yes,
and this
yes,
is
yes.
your value. Yeah.
Yes, this is the value. This is the thing. I'm having the doubt in right side. This is the value.
Right side is the value. Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
This is, I think, this has been so. Yeah, I'm sorry you didn't get that earlier, but this, I think, has been discussed several times, that this is the
We
way
are
you put elements in the dictionary. So you put your key here and you put your value here, and that's how you add elements in a dictionary.
I'm having the doubt in the dictionary itself, sir. That is the thing. Remaining thing is okay. Dictionary concept is quite difficult for me to understand. The remaining thing is fine.
Okay, so what's the problem in dictionary?
Oh,
I
yes,
mean, I think we have done it for 3 days. So
before 3 days, that day onwards, I'm texting for asking doubts on dictionary onwards. Today also, I sent message before 10 minutes itself. I'm having
why
doubt.
are you messaging? When I ask in the beginning, in the end, in the middle, if you have any questions, please ask. Please ask. Why don't
Okay,
you?
okay, okay.
I mean, why
If
are
you
you
have,
messaging?
so if you have time, means can you take the dictionary concept again? To today, lab session is possible.
Uh, b- so I mean,
If possible.
how many people have doubt in dictionary? Now it will depend on that. So can people actually at least unmute and say or write in the chat that they want dictionary to be redone?
Hmm.
How many people are there? Please, everybody, please type that you want it to be discussed again. And depending on that, we will actually go ahead with this. So it might, because so the only reason I'm a little apprehensive about this is because I believe that we have done it multiple times, and in fact in all the problems that I did today, we actually was I actually used the dictionary here as well, and I think probably no, not more than that. So once, and then there was I think in the last class as well, I when I was doing the file reading and writing, I talked about dictionaries a little bit there as well, and it's not really something which is very complex. So this is a simple way of putting elements in the dictionary. You take the dictionary, you put a key here inside the brackets, and you assign the value to that. So probably it's one of the simplest ways of putting dictionary. But if there are large number of people in the class who want it to be repeated, we would go ahead with that.
Santosh, are you having doubt on dictionary?
लिखो लिखो
Yeah, let me you send us in the chat also. I mean, I shared the feedback form. You could have probably said that some of the earlier concepts are not clear, things like dictionary. So uh, how would we know that it's not really clear? It's not something which we have done, at least two of us have done, and more than once, more than twice it has been done. So we would hope that it's clear. Okay, so let me move ahead with this, and uh, if it was not clear, uh, you should have mentioned that earlier as well, all of you. So keeping quiet and uh, not saying anything, or not even listening to the stuffs here that we are doing in the class, and then you come back and say that we don't understand when we point out the issues in your assignment. That doesn't really uh, sound very good. So I'm sorry if I'm being rude here, but yeah, I mean, it's actually shocking to listen to the fact that you don't understand dictionary after 3 days of dictionary class, and you're not speaking for 3 days. It's
Hmm?
only when I come here and bring your assignment in front of you. Probably you were thinking that assignments won't be checked,
again
won't
yeah
have a look at that, and so I mean, whatever was
no
happening
problem
is actually a little unsettling because when we are planning to move ahead with things and we see that things which we have done for a long time, that's not actually clear, and you have been submitting or pretending to submit assignments, that doesn't uh, that pulls the whole class back, and that's something which is not done, right? So please everyone, yet again, and so I know that I have said again and again in the lab session. So why were you people sitting with your mouth shut in the lab session if you were not understanding? I mean, again, I'm very sorry for being rude, but it's just that it's a wastage of time. on not just our time but for everyone in the class. So for the 10 people, 20 people who have understood dictionary, they'll have to go through this again. So at least act little responsibly, at least be there in the lab session, but tell us that you don't understand how dictionary is working. There were at least 2 or 3 lab sessions after the dictionary class. There was a Sunday yesterday. You could have, I mean, in the morning when I said that if you have any questions, you could ask. Purushottam was there. He had some problems. Anirban had some problem. They asked, but you never said that you are facing issues with dictionary. So anyway, I'll repeat that. I'll repeat that in the lab session. It's not about being if possible or if not possible. We are doing this whole effort, this whole workshop is about making trying to get the ideas across so that people could actually learn something. So it's not about being possible, but it's just about being more responsible. Okay, and so when I say ask questions, that I mean that ask questions. You keep your questions ready. You keep your doubts ready. Okay, let's move ahead with this. I also saw a couple of you using this thing, which I think we have not done. This is actually a way of defining function, and since we have not done function, and it's actually you know uh, there are lots of issues here. So you are actually using a reserved keyword here. You're actually redefining the whole string class, and a lot of things will break down because of that. So this is okay, word count and fine, but counting, I think this was used for counting the frequency of each word. So I did that twice, and that was the only thing that I've done. Please take a look at that. uh, Using these constructs again, the lesson is same. Using these constructs again is not going to be very helpful, which you don't understand. Now I think this has actually been pasted twice. Yeah, so this was more or less good, except that instead of a list, you could actually have used a dictionary here.
Excuse me. Hi, Ritesh sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Iram.
Yeah.
I haven't seemed to have done that question in my notebook, but my name is listed there. I understand the program because I have been acquainted with Perl programming earlier, and this function word count is there. So I'm getting what is happening here,
Mhm.
but I haven't done this in my notebook, and my name is listed here.
So I don't know. You shared the link.
I am.
So if you have shared it with somebody else and somebody else has done it on your notebook, that
No,
is a
no, no. I
possibility.
haven't. I haven't even given the editing permission. I have only given the viewing and commenting permission.
Yeah, but I mean, I will have to search it again, and that will take a couple of
Yeah,
minutes.
sure. Yeah, I
But
understand what is going on in the program, but I haven't done it in my notebook yet.
yeah, so everything else is okay. The only point that I was trying to make was that we have
Yeah,
not
this
yet
word
done
count
function.
function I came to know from Perl programming.
That's okay. That if you
Okay.
already if you know and understand what's happening,
Yeah.
that's all right. Okay, so one of the
Okay.
things that's also happening here is the fact that str is a data type, as you have already
Hmm.
seen. So never use data types as your variables. Python will not throw an error on doing that, but what it will
Okay.
do, it will redefine that data type. So you will not, now what will happen in this cell, and after running this cell in this
Hmm.
session, you will not be able to use other functions of a string, the predefined functions of a string, because now you have redefined it actually. Okay, so
Hmm.
both so anybody who is doing that, so don't define your variables as str or list or dict. Those are reserved keywords. Those are actually predefined classes.
All
So
right. So you want to say that we have to give it some other name to avoid the
yes, you don't
confusion.
have to. don't use the data type's name
All
anywhere
right.
as variable. So you could call it str1, that will still be fine, that will,
Mm.
or anything else, but not str, because str is reserved. It will not throw error. That's one of the things with Python. It doesn't throw error. Lot of programming languages actually throw error when you use these reserved keywords or the name of the predefined functions. It will not throw error. It will assume that you are actually redefining that uh, function. So
Okay, all right, all right. Thank you for the clarification.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think this is the one that we discussed. This has been pasted again. And uh, now, Bonita, so this is all right. So as I was saying that instead of list, you just do a dictionary and you will be good to go. Uh, let's have a look at this. Extract a list of all the prepositions uh, from the tag corpus. All right. So this one kind. So this doesn't make sense. A dot count AI, because it will only count the last one. But this is sort of okay. Yeah, I put it here because again, we probably, I'm not sure if we discussed this range function and what it does, and we probably don't need to use it here.
No,
Uh,
so it was somewhere in the Tejas class, I think so.
it,
Somewhere. This
yeah.
name wala.
So she might have discussed range function, but we really don't need to use it here.
Okay, okay. That
This
actually.
could be solved without using range function, but uh, otherwise it seems uh, it's partly okay.
Okay.
So because it's not really doing what we want you to do,
Okay.
and in order to do that, so yeah, you have done s dot split, and then you could so for getting the prepositions, so just figure out the tag for prepositions. If
IN.
in is the preposition, yeah.
Ah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
IN.
Okay, so just go through the
For what?
word in
I.
a. Okay, and then you
Okay.
do this condition here. This is fine. So I'll just modify this a little bit. So instead of, so you're just checking that if the last three characters in the word is slash in or not. So don't check just for in, because that could be part of another word. So for example, a word like win will also have in, but you
Mhm.
check for slash in along with this. So you're checking the
Okay.
last three characters are this, and if it is this, right, then you uh, put this in. Then you put the word in some dictionary or list of all the prepositions. Yeah, so you have to get the list of all the prepositions, then you have to get all the words. So the so let me, relevant word is equal to uh, word, and you start from the beginning and go up till the -3. Okay, so you go up till -3, and yeah, and you put that in a let's make a prep list. You add that word in that list. That's it. Prep list dot append the. So you are basically getting a substring without the tag. So you get the part till this. Uh,
Mhm.
at the end, you just break the list. I hope this will give the list of the prepositions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's giving.
No, it's
I
not.
got.
It's not giving what I wanted to give.
Oh, but yeah. Mm,
It's giving. Oh, sorry. There is another print somewhere.
another-
Oh, it's in the this. Uh, I'll just.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hello,
Just
sir.
just give me a second. Yeah, now you will get this. That's your list of all the prepositions, but you see that it's already there are repetitions here. Off is repeated multiple times. So what you will do, you'll put a condition here. So if the word that we have extracted is not in this list, then only you add. This will give you the list of all the prepositions. That's it. Yeah, there was a question.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Siddharth.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
sir. We start the intermediate session. It hasn't
We
been
started
started
the
yet.
intermediate session. Nobody is joining there.
Sir, sir, can I ask a question on regarding this code?
Yeah, Chetan.
Sir, in this the previous command line that also giving the result. Here, the only thing is it is not a unique preposition. Here itself we can write the if condition, we can get the output, the same output also we can get from the previous code itself.
No, you cannot, because you are not storing your
No,
your words anywhere. So
no,
what will you check? Where will you check that if
no, no.
it's already?
Okay. If you are storing in the another list, for example, we create the B of B is equal to another list, means we can store in the list, we can check that from the there itself also we can, it's possible to check.
So you are storing. That's what I'm doing, right? So I'm storing in another list.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it's almost. That's why I said it's almost correct.
But almost correct in that question they mentioned you have to list out all the preposition only, not a unique preposition. So only did like that.
Unique. So all the prepositions mean that you will write off 10 times.
No, but they are
If
not
I'll ask
mentioned
you to
the.
list, say something like
You
uh,
spoke without a microphone.
all the casts that you have, or all the books that you have. Will you keep on repeating the name of the
But
same 10
no,
times?
but they didn't mention unique list. So only we did like that.
Isn't that understood? How many people didn't understand that question? That list of preposition doesn't mean that you write the same preposition multiple times. That's the first thing. The second thing is that it's actually not giving the list of prepositions. So if you really want to
Yeah, first we have to
argue
define
on that, so
preposition. Yeah.
see, it's not giving the list of prepositions.
Yes.
Along with that, there is extra information. So
Hmm.
it's not off slash in is no preposition in English, is it?
Oh, you have to remove that POS also tagging.
If you really want to, nitpick and
I got it.
argue
No,
on
no,
this.
I'm not arguing. I got it. Yeah, I
So
remove minus three from that. If you stored in the list, means they can get that same result. That is not a problem.
you could print it
Yeah.
without a list, but you cannot check for it without a list whether that has already
Okay.
occurred or not. The second point is that you will have to uh, get the prepositions and the list of prepositions. So it actually means, so when I'm saying list of preposition, it means that your prepositions will not be repeated in that list.
Okay, unique list. Okay.
So what is
Hello.
happening is for us, sir,
Yeah.
we we don't have actually the real understanding of this looking for if sort of thing. We should have this idea properly, sir. In fact. That is the only thing.
Yeah, that I keep on repeating since
Yeah. That this
Sir,
have an idea of
sir,
what.
Chetan here, sir. No, this is real Chetan. Just seconds back, Shrikant actually spoke.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, sir, I have applied these codes in my language. I just wanted to say afterwards, no, people should not think that I escaped. You took everyone's name. But I just wanted to confess that I was absent in the very first day.
Okay.
And in a hurry of being in the race of my other colleagues, I just copied some things, but even I tried saying it in my language also.
Hmm.
Yeah, and yes, sir. This is, actually, I even mentioned it in feedback. Since I am basically, very much from purely from arts background. So it's, little difficult for me to understand some terms.
Terms as in what terms?
Especially, sir, this uh, DEF, I understood it as a difference, but
We didn't actually talk about DEF ever. Can you see DEF here?
I was just, going through with some course.
So that's the Chetan, that's the points that I we didn't introduce DEF yet in the class.
Mhm.
So do you understand the things that have already been introduced?
Trying to understand, sir,
Mhm.
and little, I'm little slow to understand the things, but I'm
That's
trying
okay.
sincerely.
That's that's okay.
Mm,
Being uh, little slow is all right. So all of us are actually so. Uh,
mm,
Whatever you understood in a week is actually quite a lot of things.
mm.
It took me 2 years to understand that much. Okay, so it's nothing that you will be or anyone would expect this, but all of you have been doing great, and whatever you have understood is actually quite a lot. But the only thing is that whatever you don't understand, you bring that up.
Fine, sir. Actually, we are. I am more focused on the result. I can't even say the term when we used to do that control enter. We are very much interested to see the results, whether the codes are working properly or not. So that was our mistake, I guess. My mistake, I guess.
That's also okay. So
Uh,
yeah, of course, all of us would want to take a look at the result, but
yeah.
yes, only that is probably not the way to go.
Okay, sir. I'll just follow with more
Yeah.
focused from now onwards.
Try and understand what exactly is happening. So, for
Uh,
example, even I copied this code, and
mhm.
why was there? In fact, Python doesn't need a bracket. Right? So you could actually run this as well. So if condition doesn't require a bracket in Python. Anyway, so try and uh, understand what exactly is happening in your code. Results are fine. You will get the results, and of course, you write the program ultimately to get the results.
Okay.
Uh,
Excuse me, can I ask a technical question?
yes.
When you say -3 in that thing, in the position thing index, why is it -3 specifically?
Oh, because it doesn't actually need to be that. It could be done more generically, but just to make things simpler, because there are three characters here that are added
Okay.
to the word. So we want to say that leave those three characters and get whatever else is word, right? So if you look at the structure of this, so you have this tag and word separated by this slash. So you're saying that, okay, uh, the tag here is of two characters and slash is one character, so leave those three characters and get me everything else. But
Okay. If the code is something else, if it's only n, for instance, then I do -2, something like that.
yeah, something like that. But if you want to do it in a better, more generic way,
Mm-hmm.
then I hope that all of you know slash sorry find function. This
Yeah, you did that.
right, so you do a find and r find. uh, so r find will count from the end. So you do a word dot r find slash wherever you find slash, right? So
Hmm.
that's the index of slash in that word.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just change this here itself. So word index is actually word dot I find slash, and wherever you find slash, um, you actually say कि वहां से शुरू करके and go till the end. If that is slash in, then get inside it, and so I'll just explain. So now this will take care of any number of characters. So what this essentially says, find me slash. It doesn't matter where it is. And I know that slash is the thing which is separating the word and the tag. Okay, so from our data, we know that slash is something which is separating it out. And we say that find slash, and from that slash till the end, if that is this tag slash in, then I know that I have got my tag. And in that case, get me the word from the beginning till that slash, and it will give me the word, right? And then everything else is same. So this makes it more generic, and you get the same result. But now what happens that if you want your user to know, if you want to make it more generic so that you search for any body anyone in the uh, in the list, so anything in the list, so you could actually ask them to put in any
Hello.
tag there, right? So if somebody wants to do, yeah, I
Hel-
see. Yeah, there was a question.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, while finding itself, is it possible to find the slash in itself? Instead of finding the slash, again we have to run the one more time. Instead of that, if you use slash in means, is it possible to run at the single stroke itself?
Yeah, I have the same question.
So come again. I
Or
No,
find
sir, we
slash
are
I.
finding the slash only.
Huh?
Instead of finding the slash, why not we find slash in? Is this possible?
Yes, you can do that. The
Uh,
result will be same actually.
yes, actually, again, no need to run it again.
Where
If
Then we
you
avoid a little bit of
avoid,
the.
we can reduce the complexity.
you do this,
Hmm.
what will you not need to run?
No, if you are first we are finding the slash, afterwards we are finding the whether the slash in is there. Instead of that, at the time of first time
So
itself.
remember, find gives you only the index position.
Oh,
Okay, the position of that character.
okay.
Okay, so
Oh,
it doesn't searches for the word itself. So just let me see what w end is actually printing. W end actually contains.
okay,
Let me
okay.
print this, okay, and you will get a better idea of
Yes,
this.
yes, yes.
So if you find slash, you see what it's returning, 1 2 3 4. This is the position of that slash. So -1 says that that specific word doesn't have slash anywhere, right? So you could probably have a look at, so there is a space or something like that in the beginning where there is no slash in that word, so that's why it's -1 everywhere else. So let me put also position of
Oh, right now I got it. It's not showing that the value. If we can't find the value of slash with the index, so only next step is coming.
so
Okay.
it only gives you the
Index
index
value.
position so that you could get based on that index, you get the tag, and you get uh, the word itself, right? So you need to know where exactly slash is in order to separate out the word from the tag.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the one more doubt, for example, we for the second position we are have, for example, for the second position we are having the output where is slash, and we are having then for index value, for example it gives 13. Can we store that index value in some other variable? For example, I want to store the index position in some other X means it's possible to
We
store
are
the value.
storing index value here, right, in another
Yeah.
variable.
Okay.
We are doing exactly that, right? So
Okay.
we find that index value, we are storing that, and then we are
We can
using
increment the normal, like for example 13, and if I want to check the next position means I can increment the value of that particular value by 1 means I can get the next value. Okay, is correct?
yeah, you could add 1 2 3 4 or whatever, and you will get
Depends on the need.
uh-huh.
Depends on the need, we can increment the index
Yeah,
value also.
yes, you can. Sometimes we actually need to do that.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
index number is just like any other number. You
Yeah.
could store it there, you could increment it, you could decrease it, you could multiply it, you could do all the things that you want to do with it. It's just an index number.
Okay. No, what I am the doubt is my current index position is 13. I want to read the next value means next index value means 13. 13 plus 1. Can I read the value?
Uh-huh.
No, this is, for example, in the list, the 13th index position is showing some value. I want to read it is stored in the list. Actually, it is in the position of the list index value. This is. I want to read the 14th index value of in the 14th value in the list means I can increment the value 13 plus 1. I can read the value. A of 13 plus 1. Like that.
Particular.
Yes, you can.
Yes. Okay, that is okay.
Hello.
I got an idea because the find position it is used to give only the index position only, not the value.
Hello, Ritesh. Sir, sorry for interruption. Participants are waiting there in intermediate session
You
resource.
start, Ganesh will be taking that class, na?
Okay, now I think yeah.
No, you. So, Shyam, it's just that I started the meeting at around 12:40. You people could join and start the session. Don't wait for me to announce the start of the session.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so are there other questions in this? Okay, so yeah, so also remember that what this does is R find and find. So both returns the index of the character when it occurs in the first time in the string. So find will start looking at from the left, and the first time it encounters a slash, it will return that index. Okay, R find will start looking from the right, and the first time it encounters that character, it will return that index. So basically, if the same character is occurring more than once, right, so this is an excellent word to show that. So I'll just open up a new window just to show you the difference between find and R find. So let's say we have this string.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
sir. Mr. Ganesh is there. He said I didn't get any link of that intermediate session, so I think we can postpone to tomorrow because it's around 45 minutes past now.
Why he didn't get the link? I sent it in the intermediate group.
I don't know. He's saying that.
No. Let him start the session. He could go on a little late. You could do a 1 hour session. No issue.
Okay.
So okay, let me do this. If you try and do find for this. So see, what happens when you do a find, it starts from the left. So this will be 0, 1, 2, and C is at the third index. So it says that, okay, so I got a C at the third index. That's your index for C, right? Now, what R find does, it starts counting from the right side, and it will say, okay, this is uh, it's at the from the end, it's at the this is the first time it encounters this C, it first encounters, but it the index that it returns, it counts from the beginning. So it doesn't return an index by counting from the end, but it's just that find gives you the first occurrence of the character, R find gives you the last occurrence of that character in the string. Okay, so that's the difference between find and R find. The reason I used an R find here, because uh, slash could actually be part of the text itself, and we want to find only the last occurrence of slash, because after that there will be tag. So the last occurrence of slash is actually separating the word and the tag. Okay, that's the reason I used rfind, but this is one thing which uh, could actually prove to be very useful when you are working later on. Okay, are there any questions in this? If not, then I'll uh,
Sir, sir?
yeah.
Yeah, can I share my screen? I'm actually I was that programming that where you shown the like finding the prepositions. So that part, I just want to show. I think I made some mistakes. I just want to. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure, sure.
I don't know.
I'll
If,
stop mine.
I don't know where I went wrong. Can you see, sir?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, okay. The thing is, yeah, the thing is, here I have just selected, I have just copy pasted the some part of the data from that tag corpus,
Yeah.
and I have just made a split here. Now the problem is I couldn't move forward. So when
No,
you
you
did the
can't, because Anirban, you have actually not declared a string, you have declared a tuple. str1 is a tuple, it's not a string. Why have you put a bracket there? Bracket makes it a tuple, and tuples are immutable. There is no split function for tuple.
that's why no split. It's splitting. The thing is splitting, but
No, you made it a tuple. It so okay, so there will also be a bracket at the end, probably.
yeah, there is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
there is a bracket at the end.
bracket will mean it's
So if
you
I,
actually made it a tuple with a single. Yeah,
okay,
now try.
but yeah, now when I'm trying, the thing is, yeah, it's showing something like this. It is showing something like this, but I'm not able to find the particular words from here that is proposition. Like I can write it, but my program, I don't know what is wrong here. I'm not getting actually. I tried, but I'm not able to understand where did I went wrong.
So, if I'm not wrong, relevant word -3.
The same thing that you said, I just
You are
went with the words.
printing the list, the initial list. Oh boy.
Yeah.
So you are overwriting. No, you are printing the whole. So you are actually appending the relevant word to the original list. Just declare a new list. Why are you appending to that list? So it's actually doing it right. It's printing that list. That list already has all your words splitted out. Then you are adding your relevant word to that list, and you are printing the whole list. So you are getting the original words as well as the newly added words, everything in that list. You will, if you will scroll towards the end, you will actually see that some of the stuffs there towards the right. So
Okay, okay.
scroll towards the right,
One
the
minute.
the output, not the code,
Yeah, fine.
and you will see that in the end you have actually appended the characters, and those characters will be there. Yeah, you'll see that
Yeah.
those characters are there, and you are actually appending just one character, the character at position -3, that character is a slash.
Okay.
Okay, so make a new list, don't append in the same list. That list appending in the same list will mean that you are actually adding more elements to that list.
Okay, even if I declare another list here and I just if I just do it in this
Huh.
another list. If
Hmm.
I just try to see it in another list, uh,
Yeah,
now something like this is coming. See,
yeah, of course. So you are, what are you appending to that list? Can you have a look at that? What is your relevant word? You are
relevant.
saying get me the rel word, the
Yeah,
variable rel word, that is
uh,
what you are appending to that list, right? So what is
yeah,
in that rel word? You are getting the character at the third position, the character at the third
yes.
position from the last, so -3 position basically. So character at -3
Mm,
position,
mm,
you want to add from the beginning till -3 position. You don't want the character at the -3 position, right? That your word will be
uh,
uh, the characters from the beginning till -3 position, right?
mhm.
So you will have to put a colon there in your item -3. You have to slice the characters from there.
Okay, so it's like from if item I'm saying then -3 and then colon it is.
-3 and colon will mean
Yeah,
from
just
-3 till the end, and colon and minus
okay. So it should
colon
be
to
before.
-3. Okay, so there is, I think there are issues with understanding the indexing also. I'm
But
requesting just remote control, just give me that if it's possible. I'll
yeah, yes, yes. I've given.
All right, so just give me a second. You'll have to put a colon here.
Mm.
Can you I'll just try and I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of things here because
Yes, sir.
I'm
Do it,
just
sir.
trying to. अरे यार, why is this thing so insistent that it will not click on save? Anirban, could you use your own mouse and
Yes.
just click on save?
Yes. Good.
Huh? Why didn't that? So can you just do that? Can you increase the font a little so that I could see it more clearly?
Uh, Settings, right?
Yeah, yeah. Somehow it's,
Let me. Yeah, yes. Please.
yeah, now it's done. Yeah. Oh, because so this will not be colon to minus 3 actually. So this has to
Yeah, this what I did.
see, you will have to this will work now. So this has to be uh, uh, colon gives you the range, right? So if you don't specify an end range, it will go till the end.
Something like this is coming. Like it's as if that
Yeah, because you're printing inside the loop, print outside the loop. Keep it, keep the, don't keep print indented.
it reminds of the those visual basic looping that we used to do long back. It's like 000 something like pyramid structures, something like that.
Yeah, so just print once, don't print
Okay,
twice.
okay.
So you will also have to check where you are printing and where you are. आ गया मैंने क्या कर दिया इसके साथ. Yeah.
Yes, thanks.
Right. So also the indexing thing needs to be little clear. So anything before the colon, you start at that character. Okay. Anything after the colon, you end at that position basically.
Okay.
If there is nothing after the colon, then you go till the end. So basically you are saying that start from -3, go till the end of this string. If there is nothing before the colon, that means that you are saying start at the beginning. So you are essentially saying in the second statement, you start at the beginning and go till -3.
Yes.
Right? So you get the things. For getting the tag, you start from slash, go till the end. For getting the word, you start from the beginning, go till the slash.
Okay. Okay. Understood, sir.
Okay, so uh, are there questions? More questions? Okay, so I'll do the rest of the things in the lab session. We'll have around 1.5 2 hours in the lab session as well. So I'll go through some of these questions and some of the solutions to these questions, and I'll not discuss the the file operation if we'll not have sufficient time. But I intended to do this completely in the first session and the file IO in the second session, which seems difficult now because of certain reasons. So I'll try, but still I'll try and do this and do the solutions to some of the problems that was there, using only those stuffs that has been done in the class, and then we'll come to the file part as well. So keep your questions and the issues that have popped up while doing this ready, and we'll try and sort it out as much as we could. Okay, and if there are no immediate questions as of now, then no, Prakriti, there are no assignments for today because the earlier assignments have not been completed actually. And so in fact these dictionary assignments are actually not done, and then I saw that the file IO assignments were actually in a worse shape. So we'll have these troubleshooting sessions, and I would expect that all these assignments are redone and resubmitted uh, for before tomorrow's class. So yeah. Okay, so let's meet at around 3 in and 1.5 hour from now uh, in here. So I'll see you then, and I'll end the session now. Thank you very much.